Well, this story is a little amazing. A little amazing. Welcome to Aussie Police Watch. Let's check out this story from the Queensland Police Service.
Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
I didn't know how. A friend of mine sent me this headline, sent me the story. I was reading through. I didn't know how to take it. I think it really just instills confidence in the Queensland Police Service. Anyway, so the Glock handguns issued to officers after fault identified. The Queensland Police Service will test every Glock handgun issued to officers over fears they could inadvertently fire multiple shots. Immediately, this is what I sent back to my mate. So is this the reason why we've had so many police shooting civilians over the last couple of years? Is it that, or is it the poor recruitment that's gone on? Anyway, so the service says further testing is being progressed to provide additional confidence. Additional confidence. Testing is being conducted across all regions, commands, and divisions in the interests of officer and community safety, it said in a statement. Now, let me put this out there. If you were really concerned about community safety, you wouldn't have lowered your recruitment standards. You would raise your recruitment standards. I believe, as I've said multiple times, that the reason why we've had so many police shooting civilians in Queensland's had the highest rate of shootings more than any other state over the last couple of years. The reason why we've had that is because of your recruitment standards. You've lowered your recruitment standards. We have police who cannot handle high stressful situations, who cannot think on their feet, who cannot assess situations, stressful situations quickly and come to a reasonable assessment. That's my opinion. They've lowered standards dramatically, and thus we've had more instances like that over the last couple of years. So police said that there have been no operational issues with the service-issued weapons. Untested handguns will remain in use. Deputy Commissioner Christopher Stream said the service had begun coordinated testing of all Glock handguns after an issue was identified that could cause multiple rounds to be discharged when a single shot was fired. All operational and non-operational officers that possess a Glock handgun will have those weapons tested. Firearms that need the testing requirement will be returned to service. Any firearms that do not meet the required standards and checks will be held and removed from operational use. Listen, nothing much more, as I said, to say about that story, except that Queensland Police need all the PR help that they can possibly receive. And stories like this don't help. I think they've got bigger issues, which they tend to just bury. It looks like they're just burying their head in the sand. They don't want to see that their actions over the last, 2026 now? So the last decade, their behavior, their actions, the decision that they've taken, the path that they've taken to lower their recruitment standards because they wanted certain types of people within the Queensland Police Service. They wanted certain groups of people within the service. So what they did, instead of advertising and trying to get the very best of people, they lowered their standards and allowed people in that, 20 years ago would not have made it through the recruitment process. But that's what the Queensland Police Service does. And then they go and blame everything else, all other processes, when we've got some serious issues going on within the service. And then they wonder why the public in general don't trust them. But hey, all this is just my opinion. I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to Aussie Police Watch and The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel the desire, they will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. gonna say it on